Hello and welcome to another episode of Public Health is Everywhere. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that might just very well save your life one day. That is emergency preparedness. And here to tell us a little bit more about emergency preparedness is Jen Smith. Hi Jen, how's it going?
Good, how are you, Stephen?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit more about what emergency preparedness is here at the health department?
At the health department, we work with other stakeholders in the community, fire, emergency management, law enforcement, to plan on how to recover and respond to disasters and emergencies, such as natural disasters, tornadoes, floods, and possibly man-made disasters such as a cyber attack or a terrorist attack or a biological attack.
Now, a little bit later in the video, a few of your colleagues are going to go more in depth about emergency preparedness and how it applies here at the health department. But right now, you're here to tell us about disaster kits. Can you tell us what is a disaster kit and why is it important for the public to have one?
A disaster kit has the bare essentials that a person and their family needs to survive for 72 hours on their own. It's important because it is estimated that it will take 72 hours for resources to reach our community during a disaster or public health emergency. Therefore, you want to be self-sufficient for that 72 hours so you can survive on your own.
All right, well, I have a great idea. How about I put together my own disaster kit, and then at the end of the video, you can tell me how I did and what we need to add or take out of it.
That sounds fabulous.
But before we get to that, we took a minute to sit down with the rest of the emergency preparedness staff so they could tell us a little bit more about the program here at Summit County Public Health.
Our program focuses on public health hazards, which include biological, chemical, or radiological hazards which may impact our community. These hazards range from common diseases that we may see to very unique diseases that may happen in our community. We also plan for environmental hazards which may impact our food, water, and air quality. People ask us, why do we do our job and plan for hazards that are not common? Well, it's better to be prepared than unprepared. It's better to be proactive than reactive. So some tips for the general public is to have a to-go kit. Now the to-go kit is basically a kit to sustain you and your family and your household pets for a 72-hour time frame, which is about 3 days. Now these kits should include food, water, medication, money, or any other items that you deem essential within a 3-day time frame. Now the next recommendation is to have a family plan. Now this plan is intended to support you and your family if you have to evacuate, where you're going to reunify, but also looking at what to do during a fire or tornado or any other common hazard that might occur within your household. To learn more about our program or to obtain tips about how to be better prepared, we would recommend that you visit scph.org for more information.
Okay, Jen, I got my disaster kit put together. Why don't we take a look and you can tell me how I did.
Sounds great.
All right. The first thing I got was a disaster kit bag. I mean, you have to have something to put all of your stuff in. So I thought, get a nice sturdy Target shopping bag here.
It's fabulous that you put it all in one spot.
Okay, that's...
However, I would not go with the plastic bag. I might
Okay.
go with something sturdy like a plastic container.
Okay.
Or a couple duffel bags if you need to break it up.
Okay, now let's go into the bag. Now the first thing that came to mind with the disaster kit for me was food. What are you gonna eat in a disaster? And I decided to bring my favorite food, cookies and cream ice cream. I think that this is a good item to have, something that, you know, for us, we got a sweet tooth, you know, we all have sweet teeth.
Sure. Wow, cookies and cream is also my
It is,
favorite
it is,
ice cream.
yes.
It is the best. You might not want to pack that because this kit will not be in a freezer. So instead, you might want to consider jarred food like peanut butter.
Okay,
Let's see, some soup.
okay,
The fabulous thing about this soup is that you don't need a can opener.
okay.
So, however, if you pack something like tuna fish, you will need to make sure that you pack your manual can opener and even little things like protein bars. So these are a little sweet for you.
Okay. Okay. What else do I got? I'm thinking. Oh, I mean, you got to keep yourself entertained, you know.
True.
So that's why I decided to bring ping pong paddle. You never know when a game might break out. It's important to keep some entertainment on hand.
Yes. You know, that's not a bad idea. You should probably have something to keep you entertained, but maybe go with a deck of cards or something. I don't know, ping pong.
Yeah, you might not come across the ping pong table.
Yeah, it might be hard to find one.
Okay, all right. The next thing, this is a can't miss item. I know you're gonna like this one. Is Alexa. You never want to leave home without her. That's something I've always learned, because you never know when you might be out in the middle of a disaster and you run out of your favorite laundry detergent. You just ask Alexa to order it and it's at your doorstep.
Once again, I think you forgot about the power outage issue. Or if it's a cyber incident, you might not have any internet.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So what we would recommend is a battery-operated weather radio. It can be used not only for weather alerts, but other emergency alerts. And also, when you do that, make sure you pack your extra batteries for it. In case, because once again, no electricity.
Well, the next thing I have, my thought process was, I sometimes I have trouble sleeping. I can't get to sleep. I know a lot of Americans, face the same problem. And something that always helps me get to sleep is Tales from Winnie the Pooh. You can, I hear a Winnie the Pooh story and it helps just put me right to bed. Is this something you think should be in a disaster kit, or?
Actually, yes, Stephen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Surprising.
It is important to have things that may relieve stress, make you feel a little bit more comfortable, because the situation is probably not going to be ideal. It's especially important if you have children. They might want to have their favorite book, that comfort of knowing something familiar.
What else do I have? Oh, obviously the most important thing, you need water. Right? I mean, every human being needs that. So I decided to bring this bottle of water I found under the seat of my car. That's, I think that's probably more than enough, right, to get me through a disaster?
I don't think that's quite enough to get you through a disaster. The actual recommendation is 1 gallon of water per person per day.
Oh, wow.
Which is the equivalent of 8 water bottles per person per day.
I was a little short then.
A little short.
All right, what else we got in here? Oh, I mean, my favorite movie of all time, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I know you said something about entertainment. I think this is as entertaining as it gets. So.
Yeah. Fabulous movies.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no electricity, more likely.
Okay.
If you do have a cell phone, you may want to consider a portable charger. That you can put in your kit so that you can charge your cell phone. You might not be able to watch a DVD, but you can try and recharge your cell phone. Problem is you have to be careful to keep it charged when it's sitting in your kit. So, something to keep in mind.
Next thing I got in here, well, it's just a picture of my dog, actually. He's just a little cute guy. He's adorable, isn't he?
He is. You can definitely bring pictures, but what I would mostly recommend is to bring your pet with you. Bring your dog with you, or your cat, or your bird, whatever. Don't forget to pack their food, because they need to eat too. And make sure then you pack extra water so you can give them the water that they need.
Next thing I have is a pizza cutter. Because, nothing is more annoying than when you order a pizza and they don't cut it all the way, and you got to do that yourself.
And the cheese is everywhere.
Yes, that's why I always carry this with me in my back pocket.
I don't know if you're necessarily going to be able to get pizza.
Really?
Remember we talked that you have to pack your own food for 3 days?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But what you can do is if you want to eat that food, you can pack your nice paper plates and plastic utensils that you can throw away.
What else do I have in here? Oh! Gum. I mean, we all have bad breath from time to time. And the last thing in a disaster, I want everyone looking at me like, oh my God, that guy's got bad breath. Stay away from him,
In addition to that.
In addition, Okay,
so you can pack the gum. You might also want to pack some personal supplies. Maybe a little toothbrush, little thing of toothpaste from the travel area in your local store.
Makes sense.
But what is very important to not forget is your medication, if you're on any, and any over-the-counter medication you think you might need. I tend to get a lot of headaches, so I have my headache medicine there. Also, you'll want to make sure if you wear glasses, you have like an extra set of glasses or contact solution.
All right, I got one last thing in here. Sometimes sitting around the campfire with my buddies, kind of bored, needed something to entertain ourselves. Bring my trusty harmonica. I mean, I don't leave home without it. Is this something that I can include in my disaster kit, or?
Potentially.
Potentially.
What is actually recommended
Okay.
is a whistle.
A whistle,
A
okay.
safety whistle, because if you happen to be in an area where you can't be heard because you're screaming but not loud enough, you can blow the whistle and alert first responders to where you are.
All right, so no to harmonica, yes to whistle. All right, well, that's everything I had in my disaster kit. Is there anything else that you think should be in one that we didn't go over?
Sure, some other additional things to consider putting in your kit. Warm blankets for everybody, maybe even sleeping bags if you really want it. Paper towels, of course, because you always need paper towels. Some wet wipes are always helpful. Definitely a first aid kit. Want to make
It's a
sure.
must.
Yes. You want to do some heavy duty tape.
Okay.
Sometimes you are required to tape up your windows and your doors if it's like a chemical release or something, so you want to have the tape there. Flashlight. Good old cash. No ATMs. Might want to have some cash
Carry some
on you.
cash on you.
Matches. You'd want them to be waterproof or in a waterproof container. Any copies of your important documents. Marriage license, birth certificates, copies of those things, insurance, that kind of stuff. And also your preparedness pal program that has been filled out on the inside. You'll want to have that with you.
All right, well, thank you, Jen, for providing us with all this information. I think a lot of this could be very useful to the general public.
Yes, you're welcome.
And thank you for joining us on another episode of Public Health is Everywhere. If you'd like more information on disaster kits or emergency preparedness in general, visit our website at scph.org.